9/11, 2001. What began as an average September morning turned into one of the most significant days of my life.
That morning, got up with 4 children as usual, and I got a phone call from my husband saying, "Have you turned on the news today?" "No, I haven't turned on the news. We're actually homeschooling." "Go turn on the news. I may not be home for a few days."
I was audiovisual director for the President Bush. And it was a regular morning. We were getting the event set. And President was in talking with the kids when planes hit the towers.
Plane has hit the World Trade Center, and you can see that there is smoke there coming out of at least 2 sides of the building.
I was 11 years old, and yet I understood what was going on. And as we watched on live news just a couple minutes later, the second tower was hit.
It was amazing, scary, mind-boggling, unreal, kind of all of those things all at once.
At that moment, I knew that America was under attack. My dad was in Florida, traveling with the president as he visited school children.
He wasn't sure when he would be able to get back home.
Although we traveled frequently, nothing like this had happened before. I could tell my mom was worried about him, and so was I. When would we be able to see him again? Was he safe? Were we safe as Americans? I remember it being a very scary, emotional morning.
And Andy Card's Massachusetts accent was whispering in my ear, "A second plane has hit the second tower. America is under attack." Back in the classroom was a full press corps and staffers and some adults.
The leaders kind of all went into his presidential hold, and the decision was made to make a simple statement initially there in Sarasota. I suggested to make the statement there rather than out at the airport, and the Secret Service kind of backed me up on that as to it not being secure out at the airport and getting the statement put out. So he made the initial statement there, and we got the president flown out of Sarasota.
The president's address had a profound effect on me. I knew that my dad would be safe. I knew that we would be safe, that America would be safe. We were, and still are, the most powerful country in the world, even in the face of such evil. But at that moment, I was filled with a weird sensation where I was just, for the first time in my life, really for the first time, proud to be an American.
I think it was a big eye-opening to America in general. First of all, that anything like this could happen in our country. You know, you always think it's going to happen over in the Soviet Union, what used to be the Soviet Union. It's going to happen in a foreign country. That couldn't happen in America. It doesn't happen in America, but all of a sudden I think we all woke up and realized that it could.
9/11 changed America. It brought us a unity that we hadn't had beforehand. It brought people together, regardless of your politics, or your race, or religion, or anything else. You were first and foremost an American.
there was a binding aspect of America as a whole that I saw. Races or cultures in the United States kind of melted away a little bit, and that people started bonding in that way.
I think in the years that have followed, we've strayed away from that somewhat. We've become more divided. But I'll never forget the unity that it brought to America.
Eventually, September the 11th will be, a date on the calendar. It'll be like Pearl Harbor Day. For those of us who lived through it, it'll be a day we'll never forget.